everyone, today I am finally doing a Meet My Pets video, and if you think I look a little sweaty, it's because I've filmed with half of those pets already, but I never did an intro, so hi, how you doing? If you're new to my channel, my name is Tori, and I run this channel. And I have 10 animals that I have accumulated over the last almost 5 years. Some of these guys have been with me from the very start of my channel, and some of them are newer additions within the last year or two. If you follow my channel, you probably already know who all of these pets are, but this is one of my most requested videos because in the 4 years that I have been on YouTube, I have never done a Meet My Pets video. And I just did a little segment with my cat, and I think I have cat hair up my nose. So, without further ado, let's get into the pets. The oldest member of the Pug Pibble Hedgie house is Mr. Felix, and he is the Pibble of Pug Pibble Hedgie. Bear is the Pug, and Draco is the Hedgie. This channel started with the 3 of them. Felix actually was adopted when I was still in high school, and when I moved out, after about a year, he moved in with me. He is 8 years old, roughly. We don't have an exact age on him because he was a rescue pup or a shelter pup. He is the sweetest puppy in the house. He's the sweetest animal in the house altogether. He listens the best. He's a little sketchy around bigger dogs, but he loves little dogs and little people. Kids are his favorite. He is a mutt, in case you couldn't tell. We don't really know what he is. People tell us all the time that he's a pit, so that is why, because Pibble is cuter than Pug, Mutt, Hedgie. He's kind of a boxer mix, boxer pointer maybe, we don't know. We might get him DNA tested one day, probably not anytime soon. Come here, come back. Hi, yes, I love you. This big guy here is Knox. He is a domestic, short-haired black cat who kind of adopted us. Will you at least show them your face for like 10 seconds? He's just a black cat. He looks like a black cat. He is not in the mood to film with me right now. Just 10 more seconds, please. Knox actually adopted us. If you can see here, he does have a tipped ear on this side because we did take him to a shelter and he was put through the TNR program, which basically means bye Knox, which basically means that he was treated as a stray and then he was supposed to be re-released, but the area we lived in, oh my god, I'm covered in hair. The area we lived in is not the greatest for stray cats, so we kept him, or he kept us. I don't know how that works. We didn't want a cat, we have a cat. I even have a video on my channel saying like we were gonna find him a home. We never did. Black cats are really hard to rehome. He's definitely a stray. He acts like a stray. He's sweet sometimes when he's hungry. He already ate, so he wants nothing to do with me. But at least you got to see him for like 10 seconds. This big guy here who looks very skeptical is Bear, and Bear is 5 years old. His birthday is in December. He is a sweetheart. He is a troublemaker. He eats anything that moves. He is a breeder male puppy. He has had a whole host of health issues that kind of correlate from that history. He is a total sweetheart, but doesn't listen ever. He knows one command, which is sit. He sometimes knows stay if food is involved, and he stinks right now because he just ate. So yeah, that's Bear. He is a pug, in case you couldn't tell. He has a little curly pigtail. He's being very good right now. Yeah, he's like, I don't know what I think about all this. These two here are Mary and Pippin. This one is Mary, and this one's Pippin. They are my guinea pigs. They are 3.5 years old, almost 4. They'll be 4 in July-ish. I am filming them in their cage because they don't really appreciate being taken out of it. Plus it's veggie time for them. As you can tell, they've got their salad in front of them. The way I can tell these two apart, because they are brothers and they do look quite similar, is Mary does have, Mary does have some orange or ginger on him, and Pippin, who may or may not let me show you, has a brown spot on his butt. It's kind of brindle. And so that's how I tell them apart. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. But these two I have had since they were about 6 months old. So it's been about 3 years now. And they live in a triple wide critter nation, which you will have seen on my channel if you're a resident here. If not, there are plenty of videos of it. Hi! So yeah, that's these two. They are brothers, and I got them off of Craigslist as a Christmas present to myself. So they have been very adorable additions to the family for the last 3 years or so. Here we have Gimli, if he'll show his face. You want to say hi to everybody? Gimli is a long-haired Syrian hamster, and he is a hamster that my husband picked out from Petco. I don't normally advocate for shopping at PetSmart and Petco, but my husband's hamster passed away, and he saw this little guy in the store and really wanted him, so he got him. And I'm not holding him in my hands because I was just handling someone else, and I don't want to spook him too much, although he doesn't seem to be as fussed about it as I thought he would be. Gimli is I don't want to say special needs because he is pretty normal, but he does have a flat snout. He's kind of like the pug of hamsters, and this is caused by what we assume is hydrocephalus. I mean, there's no way to really diagnose it in a case that's not quite so severe like his. His really isn't that severe. He does have to have special, like, completely dust-free bedding in order to function without sneezing a whole lot. If he gets stressed, he starts sneezing. But other than that, he lives pretty normal. He thankfully can eat normal. Some hamsters with this condition can't. So yeah, that's Gimli. He lives in the cage that's literally right behind me. And I have a cage tour of that up if you're curious. This here is Sissa. She is my Russian dwarf hybrid. Pretty certain she's on sort of the Campbell's side of hybrid, but I also don't know her back history. I got her as a rehome from someone I know, so I have no idea what her history is. I'm sure she's not pedigreed, so hybrid is what I call her. She is very pretty, but she is also very sassy and very, very nibbly, which is why I'm not holding her like I was Gimli. She is sweet when she's outside of her cage, when she wants to be, but there isn't always a guarantee that she won't bite my finger off, which, considering I have 10 animals to film, that's not something I'm interested in dealing with right now. So there's Miss Sissa with her pouches super full. She is over a year old now. As far as I know of her history, she was born sometime in January, so that would make her like a year and 2 months or something like that. So this is Finn, and Finn is a Madagascar lesser tenrec, or lesser hedgehog tenrec, depending on, you know, what you want to say. He is not related to hedgehogs though, despite that name. I do have a whole video on the differences between the two if you're curious, as well as some other tenrec care related things. He turns 2 years old in April, so he's basically 2 now since it's March, end of March, and he is very cute, quite tiny. I don't know what kind of reference my hand is, but he is only about 130 grams, 120-ish. There he goes. Finn is from a breeder, although not from a very good one. There aren't many of these guys in the US, and he is very precious, very sweet, incredibly social. He's, I try not to have favorites, but he's definitely one of mine. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about the little man. Oh, you got something on your nose? His nose is a little dry. We've had some weird weather. All of the pets are having some skin issues. Well, all of the quilled pets. His cage is right behind me. I have a cage tour of that up on my channel. Tenrecs actually go into torpor for about half of the year and are awake the other half. He is just now starting to wake up. As you can see, he kind of dozes off as I'm holding him, but he is lucid at the moment. He is precious as pie. And I also need to go wash my hands before I get anyone else out, because tenrecs do have a little bit of an odor, particularly the males, which he is. At least I was told he is. So yeah, gotta go wash my hands before I get anybody else out. So this is Draco, and if you guys are familiar with my hedgehog videos at all, you probably recognize him because he is in most of my hedgehog videos. He is my most social hedgehog. He is 4 years old. He'll be 5 in September, which is a little bit away, thankfully. And yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's a little bit cranky because I just woke him up, but that's normal. Give him a second and he'll be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Actually, he's already pretty much there. He is a total sweetheart. He is elderly these days, but you can't really tell that much. He is the biggest and tubbiest of my hedgehogs, and he and his brother are from a breeder in Dayton, Ohio called Huberhogs or Huberhogs. I'm not sure how to say that. I don't know if she still sells or anything like that because, like I said, he is 4 years old. I bought him a long time ago. I got him when he was 4 months old, and he is why I started this channel. The very first video on this channel is me cleaning his cage. So this little guy is my other hedgehog, Blaze. He is also 4. He's kind of cranky. If you guys follow me on social media, you guys know that he isn't feeling the best right now. He's licking my finger, probably because I smell like his brother. Ow, don't bite, Bubby. He just got some medicine, so he's quite cranky. I must smell delicious though, because he's willing to lick. If you guys aren't new to the channel, you know that Blaze is featured in more vlogs and less care guides, because he is not the most cooperative little dude in the world, which is fine, but he does like to explore, which makes for great vlog footage. So there he is. He's very handsome. He is a dark gray pinto. He's got some spots on his butt and on his side over here. But yeah, he is a dark gray pinto, and his facial markings are called a Blaze. No, that's not why he's named Blaze. His name actually comes from Harry Potter, as does Draco's. If you aren't a fan of Harry Potter, those are characters from Harry Potter. So is Sisha. Merry, Pippin, and Gimli are all from Lord of the Rings. He's got foamy spit all over me because he's trying to anoint in my hands, which is an awful idea. I mean, really just terrible idea. It's very cute, but when they do this, it's almost guaranteed that they're gonna nibble you. He's from the same place as Draco, just a little bit younger than him. He just turned 4 in February. And his medical issues right now is he's having some teeth issues. At least that's what we think they are, which is pretty common for elderly hedgehogs, unfortunately. So that's it for all of the pets, all 10 of them. Sorry you didn't get very long glimpses at some of them, and you got longer glimpses of others. I mean, that's life. These videos are very chaotic to film when you have more than like 5 pets. 10, I can't even imagine some of the people that have like way more animals than me. 10 was stressful enough. There's cat hair floating around. I've got hedgehog slobber on me. It's a lot. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see any of those pets again, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye! I'm a lonely, hard feline. I take what's mine and I leave behind.